What's happening right now is exactly what I foretold. Pay attention, not just every other day, but every single day, Islamists, these big-snouted savages and zombies, are butchering white Europeans, their own benefactors, in broad daylight, right in front of witnesses, not even trying to escape. They guzzle away on Europeans' money, live in their apartments, bask in welfare, everything paid for by Europeans, and they slaughter them in return. Just yesterday, another Islamist swine murdered a child in Austria. This brute, this ugly, mud-faced animal, sat there grinning, posing for the cameras. He didn't even try to run from the police, just sat there and sneered. And why? Because in countless cases, creatures like him have been set free, even after committing 50 crimes. And quite recently, an African was released from jail in Germany, after committing 51 crimes in a single month. Check it up, this is a documented fact, and everyone in Germany is talking about it. An African in Germany, 51 crimes, and lo, he walked free. And why was he able to commit all these crimes? Because they kept letting him out over and over. No mentally sound person can fathom such insanity. Leftism is an aggressive virus, one that breeds madness and delusions. It must be eradicated, cut out like a tumor. I'll say it again with full conviction. Every single left-wing movement, every party, every ideology must be banned as extremist and destructive. They are rotting Europe from the inside out, ruining every nation they touch. Actually, leftists are in league with terrorists. They defend them, cover them up, and actively work to replace white population with them. After the sentence was pronounced, the African Islamist, the same one who sliced 10 children in England last summer, including 3 little girls who died afterward, stood there at his hearing and dared to declare what an enormous pleasure it was to kill them.
Заявил, что ему доставило огромное удовольствие, когда он их убивал. То есть
That's not just impudence or immorality, it's the highest degree of beastliness, pure inhuman wickedness and evil. The reason is that millions of Islamists and African drugsters have faced no punishment for humiliating Europeans. They take more and more of them arrive, more apologies they hear. The more Islamists kill, the more apologies they receive. The more Africans steal in Europe, the more allowances and apartments they are gifted. This isn't just absurdity, no, it's a psychological dysfunction of the leftists and the terror they cultivate. That's my stance on the matter. Next, let me remind you of the devastating wildfires that ravaged the best, most beautiful and wealthiest parts of the great state of California. Some were caused by natural forces, but others, as it turned out, by alien arsonists. Yes, because of some beggarly bio-waste. They were caught red-handed, and I posted the news on my Telegram channel. This bio-waste scorched miles of land belonging to the greatest civilization, destroying its architecture, valuable objects and luxury goods. They have never created anything of the sort, they can only destroy. Thus, our biological difference is the primary factor. Second, why are they here? Who let them in? Leftists did. The criminals from the Democratic Party. Why didn't the firefighters arrive on time? Why the failure? Because they weren't hired for their skills, their strength, perception or courage. They were hired for their defects, to maintain diversity. I took a good look at those working there. These aren't firefighters. They are circus freaks and lunatics. The governor or mayor of the burned city is some black woman. Why the hell was she sitting in the mayor's chair? And she abandoned her voters, her citizens, her taxpayers, fled back to her African homeland just to watch some creepy cannibal's inauguration before he stepped in as a bogus president. Don't you see, it's an absolute shambles, a total piss-up.
Вот это все за гранью. Понимаете, это все за гранью.
A full-scale catastrophe. Leftists screwed up everything and everyone, no matter the country. They wrecked Russia. The USSR collapsed, driven into economic ruin by communists. Communist China unleashed their killer virus. They crushed students under tank treads in Tiananmen Square. North Korea is a cesspool where human rights are taunted and trampled under leftists. Leftists have occupied Western Europe, flooding it with savages and terrorists. They raised up taxes so high that honest work is no longer worth it. That being said, leftists are the global pain, an ugly distortion of normality. Sure, these are my words and suggestions, but we must turn them into action and fight with all our might. That's why you should support me, Trump, Vance, Musk, Milei and the rest. Support us fully. Stand with us everywhere.